One of the biggest challenges I see business owners struggling with, especially realtors, is being busy. Busy, busy, busy. They're posting on social media, they're doing prospecting, they're promoting, they're looking at this idea and that idea, they're trying the next marketing idea, the next app, and the next bright, shiny object that someone promised would change their business and their life. And yet they're stuck, they're overwhelmed, they're exhausted, and they're not growing. It's not because they're lazy. It's because they're constantly going after tactics, and tactics without strategy is motion without direction. So let me share a story that will show you what I'm talking about. Imagine a beautiful country lane in jolly old England with the rolling green hills, a little mist in the air, and a beautiful pathway through the land. And as you walk down that pathway, you encounter two gentlemen, one on one side of the street and one on the other. The first gentleman, I'll call him the bricklayer, and he is mad at work. He's picking up a brick and putting it down and splashing the motor and sweat dripping out his face. And he's picking up the brick and putting it on and splashing the motor and sweat dripping on his face, and brick and motor and sweat. And I approached him, I go, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I'm building a house, but I have no time to talk to you. I'm very busy." So I turn to the other side of the street and I see the other gentleman, I'll call him the builder. And he has a totally different vibe. He is kneeling in front of a large piece of paper, a blueprint. And he's studying that blueprint. And he's studying the blueprint. And he's measuring and he's measuring. And finally he picks up a brick and he places it very carefully. And then he goes back to the blueprint and he studies the blueprint and he measures again. And then eventually he puts the next brick. So some time passes, a few weeks, a few months later, I encounter these two gentlemen again, and I see the bricklayer has done immense progress, and he's got a huge structure with all these bricks everywhere. And the builder is still measuring very carefully and placing the bricks very intentionally. Well, it definitely looks like that bricklayer is building his house before the winter storms, and he's going to be successful. So several months later pass, I come back again, and a huge storm comes through. And the wind is going sideways, and the rain is going sideways, and there's sleet, and there's snow, and there's just major storm. And after the storm breaks, the bricklayer has a crumble of bricks. And he's like, "Oh no, all this hard work. And now hardly anything to show for it." And the builder has a strong structure, and you can see the twinkle of the fire inside his home. So that is the difference between tactics and strategy. And the builder says, effort matters, but direction matters more. So tactics are the bricks, right? They matter, right? We need to have those bricks, but strategy is the blueprint. What gives your work structure and purpose. So many people are stacking bricks. They're posting and prospecting and promoting, but they're not building anything that lasts because there's no blueprint guiding their actions. If you want to stop feeling stuck and in that hamster wheel, take a step back And look at your blueprint. Take some time to work on your business, not just in your business. Because when your tactics are guided by purposeful strategy and a clear strategy, your business will not only grow, but it will stand strong no matter what storms come your way.
Thank you very much.